Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. It's Farida Aliyu on your screen. If you are just here for the first time, kindly hit that subscribe button, and to my OG subscribers, thank you for coming back today. Now in this video, I'll literally be opening up about something very personal to me. I am able to put this content out because I am at peace right now. I can deal with anything that anybody says, any judgment or whatsoever, because before I put out something, I always ensure that whatever comes after, I can deal with it. First thing first, I've never been a religious person. I've never been a fanatic. I don't really dwell deeply into religion. That is not my kind of person. I've always been a free-willed person. So you already know I'm a Muslim and I'm from the north. I know Northerners take religion very, very seriously, like very, very seriously. I think they even take religion first before their tribe. And it is fine, but for me, I am not a religious person. I never really liked praying. I'm going to be very honest. I never really liked praying. I was never really bothered about praying. I want you all to understand that when I say praying, I'm talking of the salat, the 5 daily salats that we Muslims observe. But I do talk to God in my heart, on my own, like in my mind. I just pray to God that God forgive me or God grant me this. But I never liked observing salat, and I'm going to explain to you how everything went down. So I'm going to skip primary school because primary school we're still very young, and most of us don't used to pray primary school. And yeah, let me start with secondary school. So I come from a family whereby my dad is not really around and my mom is like a business person, so she's not really there. But my mom is more involved than my dad. And my mom is always the one pushing us to, you need to go and pray, you need to go to Islamic school, you need to know this, you need to learn about your religion, which is very, very great. And if you know me well, I went to a secondary school that is neutral. We have both Christians and Muslims. It is even mostly Christian dominated, but nobody was forcing you to worship a religion you are not practicing. So it was just a neutral based environment, which was very, very nice. Command secondary school. If you're a command student, please let me know in the comment section. So you know how command is, and command is not really a school that focuses on religion, even though on Sunday services they force you to go to the mosque, go to the church, just to go and do your business there basically. So it's not as if they were forcing us to go to the mosque to pray, no, because usually on Sundays we just go to the mosque to like do praise and worship, learn the Quran, hear some preaching, and sometimes seniors will be punishing your life, but that is not even important. So in secondary school I wasn't really forced to pray, I wasn't really disturbed to pray, and most of the time I was in school because I went to a boarding school. It's not as if I was at home all the time. Then yes, I will learn it, but I was always in school. So I got used to not praying, I got used to not covering my hair. I was just living my life. I wasn't really praying. I said really, I wasn't praying at all. I wasn't going to the mosque to observe salat, nothing. I was just going for only Sunday service when they force us to go by force, and I will have no choice than to go. Sometimes I will even hide or I will lie. You guys know now. So it went on like that. So whenever I'm home, my mom, she's the one that's always trying to like, oh, you need to go and pray. So then she always force us, you need to go and pray, you need to go and pray. And that time when it's time for prayers, Muslims, if you can relate, let me know in the comment section. When it's time for prayers, usually when something sweet happens or something wants to happen to you, are busy or you're caught up. So I just feel like whenever she's telling me to go and pray, I'm either watching TV and I don't want to go because I'm watching TV. I don't want to miss this part. I didn't see the importance of prayer. God forgive me, but at that time I didn't see the importance of prayer. I wasn't really bothered. I saw prayer as stress. I saw it as one big exercise. I saw it like as if I'm going to gym. I saw it as stress. I really never liked it. Sometimes if my mom says, okay, I'll go and pray, I'll come to the room and I'll pour water on my body. I'll just lie that I've done ablution. I'll pour water on my body. I'll wear hijab. I'll sit down in my room. I'll wait for like 2 minutes. I'll remove the hijab and I'll go to the parlor and I'll say, I finished praying. No, I just kept on lying to myself, deceiving myself. I won't say I'm lying to my mom because I'm deceiving myself. Sometimes I'll even wear the hijab to the parlor and be like, see me, I already prayed though. So it just went on and on. And even when I used to pray, I didn't really know what I was saying. Like I would just do sujud, ruku, and that's all. I'm done. I'll go. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything. I'll be saying, God forgive me, God forgive me. I don't know what to recite. Even though that I knew some surahs, but I don't really know how to perform prayers. I didn't know anything. And we had prayer books in my house, but I wasn't really the type to go and start carrying the books to read. And the funny thing about this story is that I always like to go to Islamia. I always go to Islamic schools. in my house, I'm not even bragging, I am the one that reads, that can recite Quran more than everybody in this house. The irony, right? So I knew how to recite Quran. I taught my sister how to recite Quran as well, but prayers was out of it. I was not in the praying spirit, which was very, very bad. And that reason why I didn't like praying was because I did not see the reason, to be very honest. God forgive me, please. I'm just trying to be honest. I didn't see any reason to want to pray, to want to bow down, shake my head and pray. I did not, and I saw it as stress. I'm like, woman, I can't be praying. I'll just be talking to God in my heart. That's what I told myself, that I'm talking to God in my heart. There's no point praying. Because at that time, I didn't really care. I was on board that everything was going on fine for me. I didn't know God. I was lost. So it kept on going on like that. And when I went to university, if you know me, I went to Ahmadu University Zaria, and it's in the north. Now this university is Muslim dominated as well as not dominated. Please, if people understand. So you know, when I went to that school, Muslims were more than any other religion there. So I didn't really bother if I was going to pray. In fact, prayer was never in my head. I was going there to slay. I was going there to feel myself. You know how university life is, and nobody will tell you to pray. Nobody will tell you to go to class. You can stay in yourself for 1 month. Nobody will bother you. So in 100 level, besides, if I know my parents now, why will you force me to pray? So in 100 level, I wasn't really praying. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just living my life, doing my things. So 200 level, I made roommates that were nice, and some were like, Farida, go and pray. I'll be like, okay, I'll just leave the room. I'll go and run the hostel, then come back to my room. They will not ask me again. I move on. Sometimes I even lie that I'm on my period. I was just making excuses. Like, I just didn't want to pray. I saw it as stress. Mind you, I was still praying to God in my heart too, but I was not doing it physically. And sometimes when I see them praying, I used to feel somehow. So I would just leave the place and I'll go somewhere else and sit down. Maybe go and meet my Christian friends. Even my Christian friends will be like, Farida, go pray. I'll be like, no worry, I go pray. If those that went to school with me knew me. Those that went to school with me know me very well. I didn't really like praying. I never really liked praying. I was always using one scope or another to jack. But those that know me. So 300 level, my amazing friends always tell me, Farida, let's go and pray. So I would join them. I started joining them. But I was not really serious because I felt like I didn't really have any reason to pray, to be very honest, because I had good grades, things were going on well for me, I had money, but so I was like, I don't need to pray. There's no point. It was never in my body. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't seem like a devil, but seriously, it was never in my body to pray. You guys, sometimes some people used to insult me at my back, or call me a pagan, call me so names. This girl doesn't like to pray. She's a kafira, being a kafi, whatever. They'll call me names. I'm an unbeliever. I don't like prayer. I'm a Lagos girl. Lagos girls don't pray. This one, they'll call me names behind my back. But see, I don't care. Like, I'm not bothered. You can say whatever you want to say. Me, I don't really care. But mind you, when I was praying, I wasn't saying anything. I would just keep quiet and be praying. I'm just be showing them that I'm doing the salat, but I'm not saying anything because I didn't really know what to say. It kept on going on till I finished university. I came back home, went for service. When I went for service, right, in camp, I think I went to mosque just once. My friends would be like, Farida, go and pray. I'm like, don't worry, I go pray. So I went to mosque just once, and why I went to mosque was because I wanted to change to mufti. I wasn't going to mosque to go and pray because I needed something or because I want God to forgive me. No, I went to the mosque because I wanted to wear mufti. I know in camp you can wear mufti on Fridays and Sundays, so that's why I went to mosque just once in that 3 weeks in camp. After camp, I got my apartment. I was living alone, just me, and I had this prayer mat that my friend gave me in university. So I just laid the prayer mat in my room for decor. I wasn't using it to do anything. I wasn't praying with it. It was just there. So sometimes when I'm alone, I'm just alone, I'm just like tired and stuff, I would just pray. You guys, I don't know how to explain why I stood up to pray. The Spirit just came. I would just stand up, I would just pray. Let me just pray, babe. I would just pray. But I didn't really know what I was reciting. I would just recite Fatiha and some surahs, and that's it. I didn't really know what to say. I don't know any other thing to say. Maybe when I'm in sujud, I don't know what to say while in sujud. I don't know what to say while in ruku, nothing. I was just freestyling. So when I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'll pray before I go to work. And when I come back from work, I will sleep. So I was just praying twice in a day, once in a day, twice in a day, once in a day. And it kept on going on. So, during Corona, or I was still serving when Corona came. So when Corona came, I came back home May. I won't forget, May last year. So I was at home for a very long time, and I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't even. I don't think I was making videos. I can't remember, Sha. But I was not really productive. I was just at home, and I was sick of being at home. So one day, I started asking God for something, and it wasn't coming. And I was like, why is this thing taking long? Why? Because me that we ask God for something, it don't come. Like, why is this one taking long? I said seeing things happening for people, but it wasn't happening for me. And I was like, Then when I look at them, they are prayerful, they pray. And I'm like, the only difference between me and this person is because they pray and I don't pray. You guys, that was when it dawned on to me that I really need to know, I really need to start praying and be closer to God. I started praying, but I wasn't even praying back to back. I was just praying maybe 3 times in a day. And like I said, I wasn't saying the right words when praying because I didn't really know them. So one day I took my phone and I was like, let me even browse what they usually recite while praying, because I didn't really know it. So when I saw it, I wrote everything down in a paper and I kept it in front of me. Anytime I'm praying, I'll always bend and I'll be reading what I wrote. Small, I started getting used to it. I'll close my eyes. I'm getting emotional. I'll close my eyes. I will cram what I wrote so I could get better. So little by little, I started learning it. I started perfecting the wordings to recite while praying. So before 1 month, in 1 month's time, 2 months' time, I got better. I knew what to say. I knew how to pray perfectly. And I started praying. And then I wasn't praying completely, but I was praying. And then one day I was like, Farida, come. Why is that all these years you never liked praying? Why did you see it as stress? Prayer doesn't even take up to 3 minutes to 5 minutes. So why were you just always delaying? The time you use and sit down and lie, you've prayed. Why didn't you just pray it? I couldn't answer myself. I was just like, I don't know. But alhamdulillah, better late than never. So right now, I started praying. Me wake up by 5:30 to pray. That's unbelievable. Like, I never knew I could be that person. I'll wake up by 5:30. I'll pray before everybody in my house. I never believed it was possible. But alhamdulillah, at this point in my life, I wake up early. I pray. Not to brag, but I make sure I complete my 5 daily prayers every blessed day. No matter how late I am, I always ensure I pray. And ever since I've been praying, things have been working for me. Alhamdulillah, you can see the smile on my face. So I want to encourage anyone out there that is struggling, be you a Muslim, a Christian, you are struggling with prayers, and maybe people are laughing at you and not encouraging you or discriminating you or gossiping about you. Let them say whatever they say. The way God operates is not the same way man operates. God will forgive you, but I'm not saying that because God is a forgiving God, you shouldn't make efforts for him to forgive you. You should. I feel like if you're a prayerful person and you are judging others that are not praying, you are a terrible person. You should encourage them and persuade them, show them reasons why they should pray. There was one tweet I saw, Mufti Menk tweeted, and he said that if God gives you everything and you go far away from him, that is, you stop praying and you just go far away from God, that is a punishment. And if God doesn't give you anything, he takes away everything, and you remember him and you come closer to him, that's a blessing. So I feel like at this point in my life, I am blessed. God has blessed me and opened my eyes that prayer is key. Prayer is very important. You need to pray to God and thank him every day for giving you this life that you are living in, because a lot of people will fight to have this life you have, and you should be appreciative of it. So yes, now I know the value of prayer. I know the use. I know why it's very important in a man's life to always pray, seek forgiveness from God. I'm not a preacher, but I feel like you really need to go down and pray to God. No matter how you pray, be it a Christian or a Muslim, you should always remember that you should pray to God. So I'm just very, very happy that I'm able to share this story with people, because I feel like I'm not trying to say one religion is better than one, but among all religions, I think Muslims are the ones that suffer and struggle more with prayers. And I feel like you are not alone. You are not alone. Don't feel like you are alone. You're not alone. Just always try to make effort. God sees your heart. That's the most important thing. No matter what you do, God sees what's in your heart. So if you try to make effort to pray, God sees it. To continue pushing, continue trying. It might not be easy. It's very, very hard. It took me years, you guys. All the years of my life, imagine I'm 23 years old, all my years, I just started praying last year. last year. Can you imagine? Like, I started observing 5 daily salat last year. I'm not saying, and the thing is that nobody can shame me because you are not God. You can't judge me because you are not God. I have asked for forgiveness. I have sought for it. I have repented. I've become a better person right now in my life. So I feel like there's nobody that can come and start judging me that, oh, you're all your life you don't pray. You can't do that because you're not God. So I feel like if you are struggling, it's a phase that you overcome. Just continue pushing, continue praying, continue striving to be a better Muslim, and inshallah God will make it easy for you, be you a Muslim or a Christian. So if you enjoyed this video, which I know you did, do let me know in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. I deserve it. Please subscribe. Lastly, you have a suggestion, you want me to talk about something, you want to advise me, you want to pray for me, you want to talk to me privately, send me a mail via my email address faridaaliyu40@gmail.com. See you all in my next video. Bye.